And today we're going to be starting with our affirmation. So by Louise Hay, she has a good book that says Meditations to Heal Your Life. And these are kind of like affirmations based on the ways you feel in life and how you can make your life better with a tiny little bit of meditation as well. So she says, as you learn new skills, lovingly support yourself during the learning process. Be there for yourself. I praise myself for big and little things. I am a wonderful being. I used to scold and criticize myself because I believed it would help me improve my life. And yet, criticism has not improved me over the years. In fact, criticism seems to make it much harder to change and progress. So, as I listen to that inner, as I listen into that inner dialogue and find that I'm being critical, telling myself that I'm not good enough or I'm doing something wrong, I recognize the old patterns of childhood, and I immediately begin to speak lovingly to my inner child. Instead of tearing myself apart, I choose to nourish myself with praise and approval. I know I'm on the way to becoming consistently loving. So just take a few moments to think about that. Often we can be harsh to ourselves throughout the entire day, whether it's the first thing that we say to ourselves when we wake up in the morning, or even the last thing at night. Many people approach a yoga class, even using that tool to compare themselves against others, being harsh against what their body looks like or what it can do, when in fact that is really unhelpful and completely diminishes the yoga practice in itself. And we're going to do some breath work now. And this is my favorite breath work that I've ever done. And I learned it from Andrew Huberman. So you should definitely check him out after. I'll link in the description. But he's a neuroscientist, and this is called the physiological sigh. So I'll explain it before we start doing it. You're welcome to stay lying down and do this, or you can come up to seat. It's completely up to you. So you take a double inhale through the nose, and they're quite sharp inhales. But the second inhale is much faster as you go. Hold at the top, just briefly for a moment, and then you take a super long sigh out through the mouth. I like to create a nice noise afterwards, imagining I've just got home after a long day at work. And we're just going to be doing a total of 3 of these breaths, but we're going to take a little while between each breath. So when you're ready, just a normal breath in and out. And then we'll take our round 1, 2 sharp inhales. And a slow sigh out. And as you bring the awareness back to the body, maybe noticing if the mind has already begun to change. Maybe the face is softening. Maybe you already feel calmer, positive, and restored as we enter our second round. So again, 2 sharp inhales, slow sigh out, and you're ready. Normal breath in and out. Double inhale, slow exhale. Again, allowing the breath to return to its natural, easy rhythm. And then we're going to go for our last round. Again, taking one quick check-in. Within about 30 seconds, you should be feeling more relaxed after taking the breath. So normal breath in and out. And then when you're ready, double inhale, sigh out. And we're going to finish our first segment today with a poem. It's called Blank by Donna Ashworth, and absolutely brilliant poet. Found her book in the charity shop the other day, which was definitely a win for the week. I really recommend her poetry. Again, I'll link that in the description. Called Blank. Blank canvas, inviting, unspoiled, innocent, perfect, new. But it's only excited when it's painted upon, right? When the art happens, when the magic is unleashed. Let life paint to you with its beauty. The freckles, stretch marks, the birth spots, scars, the curves, the curves, the curves. Let life mold you as you were meant to be. So different, so individual, no other exactly the same. Because what art would be revered if it was everywhere identical? Be your own work in progress. You're a masterpiece in the making. Blank canvases are for starting out. You're ready on your way. Taking one last breath here now. And then beginning to add movement back into the body. Starting the fingers and toes. Making this movement bigger up to wrists and ankles. Maybe taking a stretch or a yawn. Lovely. And then if you're lying down, slowly making your way up to a seated position. And today we're going to be working on our cerebellum for our brain drill. So this is the part that's just below the brain stem. I do have a whole blog about this, so I won't go into too much detail, but it's responsible for balancing, accuracy, coordination. So we're going to start with our accuracy drills. So we're going to start either kneeling or you can do it in a low lunge. We did this one, I think it was last week, where we brought our arms out to the side to make sure you got enough space around. You can always catch the arms if needed. And we start by bringing the tip of the thumb to the tip of the nose, and then the other one. We alternate and then work our way down the fingers, eventually building it faster and faster, but we're really focusing on getting the tip rather than the middle of the finger. We're really focusing on the accuracy of it. Once you feel like you've got that, then I want you to try and close your eyes and do it. Just to challenge yourself a bit this morning. Do 3 rounds, and then we'll try on the other leg. So it might look a bit strange, but we're getting that accuracy element working. I can't speak this morning. So I haven't managed to close my eyes yet. So I'm going to try this for the final round. I feel myself swaying and wobbling. That's a really good thing. But remember, you can always open your eyes and bring the other knee down if you're in that low lunge. And once you've done your 3 rounds, make sure you have a little shake out, maybe a sip of water in between, and then we'll try on the other side. Notice if one side feels more difficult or more challenging. And then I really want you to correct, it's called error correction. So if you do miss the nose completely, or you feel like it's not an accurate touch, then just redo that one. Again, we're doing 3 rounds on this side. Maybe smile to yourself. All that concentration can build up in the jaw. And then I'm just heading on to my last round now. Lovely. And then once you've done that, have a little bit of a shake out. My arms are pretty tired at the moment. We've done a lot of arm extension, arm flexion and extension the last couple of weeks in my classes. So I'm feeling it. Okay, so for the next one, we're going to be going for our wraps. And what I want you to do is you can do this kneeling, or you can come up just standing. I'm going to do it kneeling this morning. We're just going to start with an easy rhythm. So we're just clapping. We've got one hand underneath, one hand on top. Nice and easy, nothing too complex. Keeping the breath slow. And then we're going to alternate, trying to keep the same rhythm up. So we're bringing the back of the hand down and then the front of the hand. And we're not gliding our hand. It's not sloppy movement. It's we're moving with integrity. And we're trying to hit the same spot. And keeping the same rhythm up. You might feel totally ridiculous now, but the brain is probably working hard and you might be fatiguing quite quickly if you're not used to this exercise. I don't practice this often enough, so I can definitely feel my hand getting tired. Okay, so 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Other side. So bring the other hand down, the other hand on top, just normal clapping. And easy, fast rhythm. Hopefully you're not in a flat like me. I know the neighbours are probably thinking, what the hell is she doing at 7 o'clock in the morning? Giving myself a round of applause, clearly. Take one more breath. And then let's try the alternating. So the other hand, brings the back of the hand down, the top. So just switching, again, moving with integrity. I am right-handed, so this side feels so complicated. I actually have to look at my hands to work out what I'm doing. And that's again a sign that this is really good for me to practice. Trying to keep that rhythm up. I have got currently no rhythm. I don't know how you guys are doing. Go for 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. So the last one, we're going to come up to standing. Hopefully you can see me if you're on Instagram. So coming up to a nice standing position, we're going to bring the hands to prayer in the center of the chest. Maybe if you feel like you're going to be unbalanced, then just place one hand on the wall. To work a bit more on our accuracy, we're going to bring the heel of, let's say, the right foot to begin with, to the back of the left knee, slide it all the way down the back of the right leg, and then bring it all the way inside the left foot, the left big toe, and then kick it away. We'll do this 5 times in total. So down the back of the leg, inside of the foot, kick away. 3 more times. Just notice how this side feels. Might feel quite like an easy exercise, but you want to really hit exactly in the middle of the back of the kneecap here. So I'm on my last one. And then we're going to go for 5 on the inside of the kneecap. So we've gone for the back. Now we're going for the inner thigh, bit on the knee. So all the way down, back down to the big toe, kick away. 4 more times. Again, working that accuracy element. We're also getting our balance working massively now. Our perturbation just knocks us off our center, makes our brain work harder. We have to use our midline stability. So think about that core. We don't even have to think about engaging it. Our body is doing it naturally for us. We're keeping the breath slow. I think I'm on my last one. I'm never very good at counting these. And then the final one here brings the front of the kneecap all the way down, again, past the big toe on the inside of the foot, kick away. 4 more times. So you might keep that hand in prayer. I'm bringing my hands to my hips because I'm cheating a little bit. I've got 3 more. 2 more. And last one. I always feel like a cowboy in this one. I don't know why. I assume that's what cowboys would do with their foot, but they probably don't. Okay, So again, we're going to start with the back. So right foot stays down. Hopefully you're not wobbling as much as me. Left heel, the back of the right knee. Glides all the way down, inside of the foot, kick away 5 times. Lovely. 3, 2, and 1. Inside edge of the knee 5 times. 3, 2, I nearly lost 2. And my final one. And then for the last one, again, we're going on the front of the kneecap all the way down. Big toe, kick away 5 times. 2, and 1. Shake it out. Perfectly on time for this next round. So just give yourself, as if you're washing yourself in the shower, you've got a really good body scrub. We're just going to rub the leg, the front of the feet, back to the leg, and then we're going to do a little bit of a flow. So let's start at the top of the mat. Leave any props out of the way if you have blankets on the mat. Big toes and heels touching. Bring the right hand to the belly, left hand to the heart. Take an inhale and a sigh out through the mouth. Bring the hands next to the legs, palms face forward. Imagine the feet are pressing into the ground and then ripping the mat in half. You can feel the thighs beginning to work harder as you stack shoulders over hips, head slightly back in space, slight tuck of the chin. Take an inhale, exhale. Inhale, circle arms up and look up. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, look ahead. Doing your halfway lift for a few breaths. But I want you to imagine you've got a kettlebell or something really heavy in your back and you're now pushing up against it. 3, 2, and 1. Hands come down, step back. Gonna start with some cat and cow. So come into a tabletop position. Inhale, drop the chest, draw the chest through the arms, look up, maybe tuck the toes. Exhale, round. A few more breaths. Inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. So follow your breath. You might want to freestyle this, bringing hips all the way back and forwards, maybe side to side. Lovely. Maybe closing the eyes if you haven't already. And then we're slowly going to come back into a child's pose. So let's bring the knees out wide, big toes touching. Walk the arms forwards. Keep the elbows off the ground. Maybe forehead comes down. Hips are melting down to the ground. Let's take a side stretch. Walk hands off the left side of the mat. Right armpit faces down towards the ground. On the inhale, bring the right armpit to face up to the sky. So you might come on right fingertip. Exhale back down. So we're just rotating the right side of the chest up and down. We did this in my yoga class last night and I really enjoyed it. And then just pulsing the chest up and down 3 more times. Keeping right hip down. And then eventually working your way back to center to our original OG child's pose. And then walking hands off the other side of the mat. Again, finding stillness and stability first. So we set ourselves up to feel good. And then lifting left armpit up and down Concentrating on the breath. Noticing how this feels in your body. Trying to work that full range of motion. So maybe the armpit comes closer down to the ground or lifts up higher as you begin to warm up into this movement. One more breath here. And then back into the center of the mat, walk the hands further forwards. Coming onto cupcake hands, imagine there's cupcakes underneath the palms. On your fingertips now. Keep your ears alongside the arms and shoulders. And then thread right arm through, coming onto right shoulder. Maybe left palm comes down. We're going to thread the needle but with our hips in that child's pose variation. Take 3 breaths here. And then switching on to other side. When you're ready, extend that right arm, left arm, wiggle through and underneath. I like to have the side of my head down on the ground as well, so make sure you feel fully supported there. One more breath. And then come back to that child's pose. Come onto the knife edge of the right hand. So we're staying in child's pose, but we've got the palm facing the side of the ring. Reach the right arm up to the sky. So left knife edge of the hand, right arm reaching up, look up. And then slowly place it down, switch. Knife edge of right hand, left arm up. And both hands down, back to our child's pose. And then shift the hips all the way forward so you come to lying on your friend. Bring elbows down, palms down, feet about hip width apart. Start to engage the legs and kneecaps lift up. Booty feels strong here as you press forearms into the ground. So imagine you're pulling the elbows, forearms back towards you, chest pulls through, eyes on the top of the mat. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take a little quad stretch here. So bend into that left knee. Imagine left heel coming back towards you. For 3, 2, 1, and switch. Left down, right up. 3, 2, and 1. Gently lower down. Coming back to our child's pose this morning. Knees out wide, or maybe rock pose. Bringing knees together. Forehead down, arms behind. Taking a couple of breaths here this morning. And then slowly lifting up. We're going to take 1 breath together. Bring hands to center. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Thank you so much for joining me. We're just finishing 1 minute early this morning as I have to brush off. I really hope that you enjoyed it and you can join me again tomorrow. If not, I hope to see you in one of my yoga classes soon. Thank you everyone on YouTube,